You know what? I like Star Wars. Ooh, I might not be a super fan, however, I've been enjoying Star Wars Lego sets for quite some time. In fact, they have been making Star Wars Legos for more than 20 years now, and I think that is absolutely awesome. That being said, I also quite liked relatively recent Mandalorian series, and of course, Lego made some sets based on that series as well. So I went on AliExpress with a mission to find some knockoffs based on those Lego sets. And I was quite pleased when I found this Mandalorian N-1 starfighter set for just around 17 euros. So here is what I got. Actually it came within another box, so we can see that this time this box with the printing on it is not completely ruined. Ooh! But wait, I've been talking about Star Wars this whole time, but this is not Star Wars set. Obviously, it says Star Zone on the box, so it has nothing to do with Star Wars franchise whatsoever. But yeah, obviously, you are not fooling anyone. But yes, other than logo, we can see that this box is kind of similar to what Lego is doing when they're packaging, and I mean we have some illustrations on the front and also some pictures on the back. We're missing obviously the Lego logo. We have this Star Zone name over here, and for sure like the set number is different. But other than that, it actually gives me quite good first impression. So let's see what's on the inside. So we have our bags, we have instruction manual with only the fake set number on it, and yeah, basically this is it. So just by taking a quick look on the inside, it seems fine, but you know the drill. Now I am going to assemble this thing, and after that I will tell you all about it. Well, here it is, and yes, in fact, it is a copy of 2022's Lego set, and I must say I absolutely love this design. Well, I have to start with the fact that I am a huge fan of this Naboo N-1 starfighter design, which I first saw in Phantom Menace movie, where they were like yellow in color and looked absolutely awesome in my opinion. However, now with the Mandalorian series, they took the same awesome design and made it more beat up looking, as it was salvaged from the scrapyard and being worked on, and it definitely shows in this design as well. I mean, we have all this like color variation within the like model. We have few of these yellow bits that really stand out, and also if we pay closer attention, we can see that like on the both sides we don't even use the same pieces. However, in my opinion, that really works well for this design and for the feeling that it is like an old, really beaten up starship. So let's take an even closer look to this model. As you can see, we have like two cabins. One for them is reserved for Baby Yoda, also known as Grogu, and the second one is for our like main character Mando himself. Then we also have this part right over here that we can actually remove like this, revealing that there is a little bit of storage space over here where we store our dark saber and jetpack for Mando. Next, we have this bit over here that moves a little bit up and down because this actually acts like a button to shoot out projectiles from the front of the spaceship, like this. But as you can see, it doesn't shoot out properly within this model because there is a little bit of a drag on the projectile, and so it doesn't work like as intended. We actually get two more of these projectiles in a set, however, none of them work properly. Also, we get this minifigure of Peli Motto. That is the mechanic lady in a show, and she even has a BD-1 droid with her. So I addressed a little bit of a quality issue when I was talking about missiles not properly working within the set. However, yes, I must also comment that the plastic itself isn't too bad. And I mean, the pieces themselves also doesn't feel terrible. They are not perfect, they are not like excellent quality. However, I wouldn't call them bad also because they fit together, and yes, there is a little bit of variation within the size of them. However, they do not fall apart. I would actually say that they hold together really firmly, and yes, this whole set is really solid and does not fall apart. So in my opinion, the quality of the bricks is good enough because I much rather prefer them to be a little bit tighter to fit together than being loose. Another positive thing is the fact that we don't have any pieces missing in this set. Yay! However, what I found a little bit weird, except for like these two missiles, which are actually also included within a manual, we do not have any spare bits. Of course, that is not a problem if everything is there and nothing is missing. However, this is like, I think, the first time where there were no spare bits included within the set. So I also want to make a few quick comments about the manual. Well, as you can see, it's very blank on the cover part. However, that isn't important at all because on the inside it is fairly good. I mean, I didn't have any problems with it whatsoever. Maybe just one thing that I can address, that it was like between steps 61, 62 and 63, that this line right here was a little bit confusing because on the first glance you want to follow like in a horizontal order of steps and not like look down, but again, as soon as you take a look at the numbers, there is no confusion there. So overall, the manual is rather good. However, if you really want to, you can go to Lego Builders app and use the original instructions instead. Maybe one more thing that is related to the manual is the fact that the bags that the parts came in were not numbered. However, given the fact that this set only has something like 400 pieces, that wasn't an issue at all. I mean, now I can like spin this thing around just so you could like get a better view for all the things that there is on this model. And as I said before, I think it is really awesome looking thing, and I really love this design. However, now let's do a jump cut and I will show you the minifigures in greater detail. So let's start with our main guy. Let's start with Din Djarin, or also known as Mando himself, who is the main character of the show. And I must say, I think this minifigure looks rather good. The helmet is quite nice. We have the jetpack on the back. He's also carrying his dark saber, and yeah, the application of the paint on the face is actually pretty good, and it's the correct size, and it also has been printed on like on the correct height as far as I can tell. One a little bit of disappointing thing is that his arms were also supposed to have like the printed armor on them. However, we don't have that for this figure. But the paint job on the legs and the body looks rather good. The articulation of hands and legs is actually really good, and overall, in my opinion, this is a pretty good figure. Now let's talk about the Peli Motto. And what I can say, like, this minifigure also has a pretty good paint job on it. Like, the paint on torso looks rather good. She also has like this utility belt as a separate piece that comes between leg piece and torso, and she even has like two expressions like printed on, and the paint job for those is also pretty good in my opinion. This figurine has good articulation when it comes to hands, however it has terrible legs. I mean, they are incredibly stiff, like they are really hard to move at all. And yes, that also means that if you're like trying to just bend them both together, it will come apart sooner than you will actually be able to bend the legs. And yes, that's a shame because the paint job is good, however the quality of legs is pretty bad. You go and sit there next to Mando now, because right now we have to talk about this little guy, the BD-1 unit, and yeah, there's actually not much to tell about it. It's like a one-piece thing, and in my opinion it looks quite well. It doesn't have a lot of paint on it, however the mold seems to be just fine. And now the star of the show, known as Baby Yoda, however properly known by his name Grogu. Yes, this figure actually is really nice, and I mean his head and face especially is really nicely molded and painted, and I think even this like fake replication of it does a really good job of this figure, and I like it a lot, and I think it represents the character fairly well. So you're a good little figure, we like you, go sit right next to your stepdaddy. So, to sum up, I love this N-1 starfighter design. The plastic is relatively good, it's not excellent, but it is not bad at all. Also, we didn't have any pieces missing, and for the price, I feel this set was definitely worth it for me, although there is a big issue with legs for this minifigure. However, I also believe that I have given you enough information to make up your own mind whether a set like this would be worth it for you. However, right now I want to say a huge thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please leave a like and drop a comment. Would you like to see more of these fake Legos being reviewed on this channel? And maybe subscribe to my channel if you are interested in the content that I'm making, where I look at fake Legos and other silly stuff I can find on the internet. That being said, huge thank you one more time, and I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. I'm gonna fly away. Whee! 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 Now that is a pod racing.